Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out. Pleasure to be in the company of Dalton Smith. Dalton, we just witnessed a knockout victory for Michael Conlan, returning on the comeback trail towards another title shot. How do you assess his performance?
No, I think it was a punch-perfect performance. Did everything he asked, from a dad in the corner. And, I think us as a team coming into this fight, we wasn't surprised we'd have seen a performance like that. The way he's been working in the gym, the way he's been developing with my dad. And, we was very confident for this fight. But, you couldn't ask for anything better. And I think even more proved a lot for himself and showed a lot of people there's plenty of life left in Mick Conlan.
Has it been a confidence-building process for him? And do you feel that confidence is about as good as being back?
Of course, and you see the fighters, the stick they get. Obviously, Mick's coming off a couple of losses, and then obviously having to rebuild himself, and that shows a lot of a man to be able to do that. What he did tonight, the pressure on his shoulders, and he did everything right, and punch perfect performance.
What's this about the gloves situation and Mick having to switch them?
Yeah, I mean, I flew in today, and Mick had his own gloves, the softer gloves, more padding. Jack wanted the same gloves, so obviously they ended up settling both for Horser. It was a bit odd, but look, things happen. We still had the fight, and both fighters came out there, healthy and back to the families.
How do you think Mick fares against if he has the rematch with Lee Wood or Josh Warrington?
I think they're big fights, all great fighters. Mick showed he's got a lot left in the tank. I think the big fights, and if they make sense, then we'll probably see him down the line.
How's your Spanish?
Me hablo pequeño español.
That's a little bit there.
A little bit. Not the best, but I'll probably learn a couple of words. But I know I'm coming up back with a world title.
After Puerto Rico, you're happy? Of course, you would have probably wanted it on your turf, but happy to have the fight anyway.
Yeah, look, I'm the challenger. I've got to go to wherever to go and steal the world title, take it from him, and then we'll bring it back to Sheffield. But I don't mind going into the back garden. Like I said, I'm the challenger. I'll go wherever the fight is. I'm going to go there, and it'll still be the same outcome.
How do you assess Subriel Matias as the opposite fighter in the corner?
I think he's one hell of a fighter. Tough fight, strong. His resume is proven. But look, I'm excited to show people what level I'm at, and I can't wait for that.
You seem to have eyes on other opponents. Gary Russell is someone who was eyeing. What do you think that means in terms of you being the one in front of him?
Yeah, of course, but there's some big fights out there, but the only thing on my mind is Subriel. I've got a big task on my hand, and I'll go out there, be well prepared, and get the world title, and then we'll see what happens.
We'll get your thoughts on a couple of other things. First of all, Teofimo Lopez potentially against Shakur Stevenson. Who'd you favour if that fight gets over the line?
50-50 fight, really is. Teo at the top of his game, and Shakur, I think, is a really, really 50-50 fight. I don't think I'll be able to pick between them.
And Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, should say appropriately. Who'd you back next week?
I'm backing Canelo. I really hope he does win. 2 pound-for-pound greats. It's been one hell of a fight. I'm hoping Canelo wins, but I won't be surprised either way.
How does he do it if Canelo does win?
Points. I can't see the fight ending short, but I think it'll be a points win either way.
If Crawford does win, how does he do?
Just boxing, IQ. They're both pound for pound the best, and maybe we'll see. It's hard, obviously with the weight differences and stuff, but it's going to be a fight I'm looking forward to.
And boxing is the way you beat Subriel Matias?
There's more than one way to beat someone. There's a game plan for him. There isn't me yet. But yeah, we're confident. We've got a good game plan to set. We've got game plan A, B, C, D. We've got plenty of options, but I can't wait.